Zohran Mamdani was naturalized as a U.S. citizen about 7 years ago. Can his naturalization be revoked? Yes, if the evidence shows he isn't entitled to naturalization, and there are many grounds on which his naturalization could be revoked. There is no statute of limitations on a civil case to revoke naturalization, which would be filed by the DOJ. In this video, I'll discuss just the most salient grounds for denaturalization based on Mamdani's own public statements. There are many additional grounds that could be investigated, but in this video, I'll discuss just the public evidence, namely his words and actions. He advocates the doctrines of world communism, which makes him ineligible for naturalization as a U.S. citizen. From the time period of 10 years before and 10 years after a naturalization proceeding, the individual has to show that he or she doesn't advocate the doctrines of world communism, and that's not a high bar. The naturalized citizen just has to show that he or she never advocated and is not a member of an organization that advocates through utterances or printed publications the doctrines of world communism. Not a high bar. Let's examine Mamdani's public statement in 2021, which has received so much attention.
About our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right, or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production, where we do not have the same level of support at this very moment. And what I want to say is that it is critical that in the way that we organize, in the way that we set up our work and our priorities, that we do not leave any one issue for the other, that we do not meet a moment and only look at what people are ready for, but that we are doing both of these things in tandem. Because it is critical for us to both meet people where they're at and to also organize for what is correct and for what is right, and to ensure that over time we can bring people to that issue. The ramifications.
Straight from the horse's mouth. We all heard him say right there that they, presumably the Democratic Socialists of America, want to bring people to the issues of BDS and seizing the means of production over time. Now that's the goal. They want to ease people into it. Let's listen to more.
The ramifications of victory here is the difference between life and death for so many of our brothers, sisters, and family beyond the binary across this borough of Queens. It's the difference between having cash bail anymore or not. It's the difference between having sex work be decriminalized and not. And with every battle that we fight as socialists, we need to remember what the stakes are and ground ourselves in them and why those stakes are important and critical to us as individuals.
So Mamdani there was talking about brothers and sisters beyond the binary and beyond the borough of Queens. That's world communism. They want to take over the world. Now, that's why they come here. Now, there are many loyal Americans, lawful Americans who fled communism, and none of them support Mamdani. Many who fled communist Cuba, for example, including the mother of U.S. House of Representatives member Nicole Malliotakis. Now, she said, and I quote, "My mother fled a country that seized the means of production, and now my relatives have no medicine, no property, and rationed rice and beans in Cuba. Venezuela also seized its means of production, and a quarter of its population fled, and those who remain are living in poverty and misery. What I really don't understand is why immigrants would come to this country if they hate our form of government and economy so much." His family, Mamdani's family, could have chosen any other country in the world, including Cuba or Venezuela, if they loved socialism and communism so much. Unquote. Hear, hear. Speak the truth, Congresswoman. Under the immigration laws, it's a 20-year bar on advocating for the doctrines of world communism, which Zohran Mamdani does advocate by his own words, his utterances, and by his actions as well as New York State Assemblyman. He didn't propose a single bill, not one. He doesn't believe in our form of government, obviously. He doesn't believe in work either. He wants to abolish work and just seize the means of production, which at a basic level is seizing the fruits of other people's labor and destroying their incentive, because other people's incentive makes him feel bad since he has none himself. Also, he's advocated for defunding the police, which is advocating for the overthrow of the U.S. government, which is another bar to naturalization. Let's also emphasize he advocates for BDS, which is Islamic extremism. Mayor Eric Adams has talked about the Islamic extremist takeover of Europe, which happened through uncontrolled borders, and he's vowed to assist Andrew Cuomo in fighting the Islamic extremist infiltration of New York City. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.